critical warning for the chosen ones, for the souls who know they are here for something more. Do not treat the nights of November 20th and November 21st like any other nights. On the surface, the world will see a new moon, a simple sliver of darkness in the celestial theater. That is their expectation. But the cosmic reality, the energetic truth that is pulsing just beneath the veil, is something far more profound, far more ancient, and for those who are unprepared, far more dangerous. Tonight, an ancient and rarely aligned cosmic gateway, a lunar karmic sieve, is swinging open, and it is designed to trigger a sequence of 8 transformative, strange, and deeply spiritual events in your life. This is not a passive event you can simply watch from the sidelines. This is a full-body, full-spirit activation, and making even one mistake during this potent 48-hour window could sabotage the awakening you have been working toward for lifetimes. You could inadvertently block the miracles that are already assigned to your soul's path, and regret it for years to come. The universe does not offer second chances on alignments of this magnitude. If you are feeling a strange tingling sensation as you hear these words, a sudden hum in your ears, or a flutter in your heart space, that is your soul's recognition. That is your higher self, confirming that this message is for you. Do not ignore it. This is your final call to prepare. If you feel this resonance, affirm your readiness to the cosmos by liking this video. It is more than a click. It is an energetic signature, a signal to your spirit guides that you are awake and paying attention. For the critical updates that will follow in the next 72 hours, you must be connected to our frequency. So subscribe to Power Inside You and activate the notification bell. This is not about views. This is about spiritual safety and divine alignment. And finally, to immediately begin anchoring the frequency of miracles that this new moon is offering, type the number 777 in the comments below. Typing 777 right now attunes your personal energy field to the vibration of divine intervention and synchronicity that will be pouring onto the planet. Do it now. Now, let us speak plainly about what is happening. The Schumann resonance, the very heartbeat of our planet, is already showing erratic spikes, patterns that scientists cannot explain, but that ancient mystics predicted thousands of years ago. They spoke of a time when the moon would act as a great purifier, a dark mirror that would not reflect light, but would instead absorb the collective shadow of humanity, creating a vacuum, a sacred void. It is in this void that the impossible becomes possible. It is in this void that karmic debts can be wiped clean and new destinies can be written. But this void is also a place of immense power and confusion. Those who are not centered, those who are not aware of the energetic mechanics at play, will be tossed about by emotional currents, plagued by anxiety, and may misinterpret the divine signals as chaos. They will see the strange events as problems, not portals. But you, one of the chosen, will know better. You are here to understand these 8 spiritual shifts, to harness their power, and to avoid the critical pitfalls that will trap the unawakened. The first strange spiritual thing that will happen is what I call the dream portal activation. On the nights of November 20th and 21st, your sleep will not be rest, it will be a pilgrimage. The veil between the conscious and the subconscious mind will become almost non-existent. You will experience dreams so lucid, so hyper-realistic and emotionally charged that you will wake up questioning what is reality. These will not be random, nonsensical dreams. These are direct transmissions from your higher self, from your ancestors, and from your past lives. You may dream of flying, which is your soul remembering its freedom from third-dimensional limitations. You may dream of people you have never met, who will feel more familiar than your own family. These are members of your soul tribe making contact. You might have recurring dreams of a specific place or time period. This is a past life echo bleeding through, offering you a piece of wisdom or a warning about a pattern you are repeating in this life. The critical mistake to avoid here is dismissing these experiences as just dreams. This is the biggest error you can make. The ego loves to rationalize the magical, to shrink the profound down to the mundane. To do so during this portal is to hang up the phone on the divine. The guidance you need for the next 6 months of your life will be delivered in these dreams. So, the first step of your preparation is to place a journal and pen by your bed. The moment you wake, before you even put your feet on the floor, write down everything you remember. Every color, every feeling, every word spoken. These are not dreams, they are your soul's blueprints. The second strange event flows directly from the first. It is the sacred echo. As you move through your days on the 20th and 21st, and in the week that follows, the universe will begin to mirror the messages from your dreams into your physical reality. This is the phenomenon of synchronicity cranked up to a level you have never experienced before. It is the universe confirming what it told you in the dream portal. You will see repeating number sequences everywhere. 1000, 111, 222, 444, 333. You will not have to look for them. They will find you. On license plates, on clocks, on receipts. These are not coincidences. These are confirmation codes from the angelic realm. You might hear a name mentioned by a stranger, the very same name of the mysterious person from your dream. You might see an image of a place you flew over in your sleep. A song might play on the radio with lyrics that answer a question you were just pondering. This is the sacred echo, and its purpose is to build a bridge of trust between you and the invisible realms. It is the universe showing you, in undeniable terms, that you are being guided, that you are not alone, and that your intuition is perfectly calibrated. The fatal mistake here is to call it a coincidence. During this new moon gateway, there is no such thing as coincidence. Every echo, every sign, every number is a breadcrumb on your path to your highest destiny. To ignore them is to tell the universe you are not interested in its guidance. You are essentially telling your spirit guides to stop sending you signals. Acknowledge them. When you see 1111, pause and say, "Thank you. I am in alignment with my highest path." When you hear the echo, smile and whisper, "I receive this confirmation." Engage with the magic, and the magic will multiply. If you have been seeing these numbers, these signs, if you have felt this quickening of sacred echoes in your life recently, confirm your connection to the divine matrix by typing "I am aligned" in the comments below. Let the collective energy of this community amplify your signal back to the universe, creating a powerful wave of conscious co-creation. Let us show the cosmos that we are awake, we are listening, and we are ready for what comes next. The third strange spiritual event that will manifest is the unshakable urge to purge. This will not be a gentle nudge. For many of you, it will feel like a primal, non-negotiable command from the very core of your being. This purge will happen on multiple levels. Physically, you may feel a sudden and intense need to declutter your living space. You'll find yourself unable to tolerate mess, throwing out old things that have been sitting around for years. This is your soul, compelling you to create physical space for new energy and new opportunities to enter your life. Every object holds a vibration, and you are being guided to release anything that anchors you to a past version of yourself. This urge will also manifest emotionally. You will suddenly find yourself with zero tolerance for toxic relationships, for draining conversations, for anything that lowers your vibration. Friendships or relationships that have been on life support will suddenly end, not with a dramatic fight, but with a quiet and clear inner knowing that it is simply over. You are not being cruel. You are honoring your own energetic sovereignty. You may also feel a need to purge your body, a sudden revulsion to processed foods, sugar or alcohol, and a craving for clean water and living foods. This is your physical vessel demanding to be upgraded to hold the new, higher frequencies that are coming in. The critical mistake to avoid here is to resist this urge. Resistance is fear. You might fear being alone, so you cling to a toxic friend. You might feel sentimental, so you cling to an old object that represents a painful past. You might crave comfort, so you reach for the junk food. Resisting this purge is like trying to block a river with your hands. The pressure will build, and it will eventually break through in a much more chaotic way. Surrender to it. Clean the closet. End the conversation. Drink the water. You are not losing anything. You are creating a sacred, pristine vacuum that the universe is legally, cosmically obligated to fill with miracles, with high vibrational people, and with radiant health. This purge is the necessary groundwork for the blessings that are about to be unleashed in the subsequent phases of this lunar activation. Do not fight it. Welcome it as the powerful act of self-love that it truly is. Your future self will thank you for the space you are creating right now. Once you have surrendered to the unshakable urge to purge, once you have created that sacred vacuum in your physical, emotional, and energetic space, you must be prepared for what comes next. The universe abhors a vacuum, and this potent new moon energy will rush in to fill the space you've created. But it does not begin by filling it with gifts and miracles. No, first it initiates the fourth and perhaps most challenging of the 8 spiritual events, the Great Shadow Purge and the emotional eruption. This is the internal decluttering, and it is a cosmic surgery performed on your soul without anesthesia. On the 20th and 21st, and for several days after, you will feel deep, ancient, and profoundly powerful emotions rising to the surface from the very bedrock of your being. This is the shadow self, the collection of every fear, every trauma, every ounce of grief, shame, and anger that you have suppressed not only in this lifetime, but in many lifetimes before. This new moon acts as a powerful energetic magnet, pulling these dense, heavy frequencies up from the dark corners of your subconscious so they can finally be seen by the light of your consciousness. You might be driving your car and suddenly be overcome with a wave of grief so intense you have to pull over, weeping for a reason you cannot name. You might feel a surge of volcanic rage over something insignificant, an anger that feels ancient and disproportionate to the current situation. You may feel a phantom heartache, a profound sense of loss for a person or place that doesn't exist in your current life. This is not you going crazy. This is not a regression. This is a purification. Your soul is vomiting up the poison it has been carrying for eons. The physical sensations can be jarring, a tightness in the chest, a knot in the stomach, a lump in your throat that you cannot swallow. This is trapped emotional energy manifesting in your physical body, pleading for release. Now, the single most catastrophic, the mistake you can make during this phase is to suppress, numb, or judge these emotions. This is the default programming of the third-dimensional matrix. Feel sad? Distract yourself with mindless scrolling. Feel angry? Push it down and pretend everything is fine. Feel afraid? Numb it with food, alcohol, or mindless entertainment. To do this now, during this sacred portal, is to actively choose to re-ingest the very poison your soul is trying to expel. You are telling the universe, "No, thank you. I would like to keep this trauma. I would like to hold onto this karmic weight." Suppressing the shadow pushes it back down into your energy field, where it will fester, crystallize, and eventually manifest as physical illness, chronic fatigue, or the sabotage of your most cherished dreams. The universe will not give you a miracle you do not have the energetic capacity to hold, and a being filled with suppressed grief and anger cannot hold the frequency of joy and abundance. So what must you do? You must become the sacred alchemist. When the emotion rises, you do not run, you do not hide, you stop, you breathe, and you allow it to be. You witness it without judgment. You say to the sadness, "I see you, I feel you. Thank you for the lesson you are here to teach me." You allow the tears to flow, understanding that each tear is a liquid prayer, cleansing your soul. When the anger surges, you do not lash out. You find a safe way to release it. You punch a pillow. You scream into the void of your empty car. You go for a run. You move the energy through your body instead of letting it stagnate within you. You are transmuting the lead of your past trauma into the gold of wisdom and freedom. This is the work of the masters. It is uncomfortable, it is raw, and it is the most liberating thing you will ever do. You are not your emotions. You are the sacred space that allows them to pass through. By allowing this eruption, you are fundamentally recalibrating your entire being to a new, higher set point. You are making room for the divine. If you are ready to bravely face your shadows and transmute them into light, if you are committed to releasing the heavy baggage of the past to make way for a miraculous future, declare your sacred intention to the universe right now. Type, "I release and I am free" in the comments below. Feel the power in that declaration. This is not just a comment, it is a spell, an incantation that signals your conscious participation in your own liberation. Join the thousands of other chosen ones in this collective act of release. As you bravely navigate the great shadow purge, your energetic frequency will begin to rise rapidly. As the dense emotions leave your system, your entire being becomes lighter, more crystalline. This lightness allows you to hold more cosmic light, more divine information. This leads directly to the fifth strange spiritual event, the frequency shift and sensory upgrade. Your physical body, your biological vessel, must now race to catch up with your newly accelerated spiritual frequency. This manifests as a dramatic heightening of all your physical senses, to the point where it can feel like a sensory overload. Suddenly, the lights in the supermarket may feel unbearably bright, almost painful to your eyes. The sound of a television in another room may feel piercingly loud, grating on your nervous system. You may become exquisitely sensitive to smells, able to detect fragrances or chemicals you never noticed before. Your sense of taste may change, and you might find that the foods you once loved now taste artificial and toxic, while you begin to crave clean, simple, high-vibration foods. This is not an allergy. This is your body's innate intelligence awakening. It is rejecting low-frequency input on all levels. This upgrade extends beyond the 5 physical senses. Your energetic sensitivity will also skyrocket. You may find you can no longer tolerate being in crowded places like malls or stadiums, because you are unconsciously picking up on the chaotic and anxious energy of everyone around you. You'll feel it like a psychic static that drains your battery. You may become a human lie detector, able to feel the dissonance in someone's energy field when they are not telling the truth, even if their words are convincing. Watching the news or engaging in negative conversations will feel physically sickening, as your body can no longer process that dense, fear-based frequency. This is a sign of immense spiritual progress. You are graduating from the dense noise of the 3D world and attuning yourself to the subtler, higher frequencies of the 5D realm. You will also experience a host of new physical sensations that can be confusing if you don't understand what's happening. You may feel a persistent tingling in your hands and feet, or a buzzing sensation throughout your body, especially at night. This is your nervous system being rewired to conduct a higher voltage of life, force energy. You may hear a high-pitched ringing or humming in your ears, particularly in moments of quiet. This is not tinnitus. You are beginning to hear the celestial frequencies, the music of the spheres. It is often a signal that your spirit guides are downloading information directly into your consciousness. Many will feel a strange pressure or pulsing sensation between their eyebrows. This is your third eye, your pineal gland, being activated and decalcified. It is your portal to higher perception, beginning to creak open. You might even start seeing things in your peripheral vision, shimmering lights, sparkles, or shadowy movements. Your eyes are beginning to perceive the energetic reality that coexists with our physical one. Now, the crucial mistake here is to panic. It is to pathologize your awakening. It is to run to a doctor and say, "I'm sensitive to light, I hear ringing, I feel a buzzing," and walk out with a prescription for medication that is designed to dull your senses and suppress your nervous system. To do this is to abort the upgrade. You are telling your body and the universe to shut down the very process of your enlightenment because it is unfamiliar and uncomfortable. You are choosing to stay numb when you are being offered the gift of true perception. The correct action is not to suppress, but to manage and integrate. The key to navigating this sensory upgrade is grounding. You must anchor your superconductive energy field to the stabilizing frequency of the earth. Walk barefoot on grass, dirt, or sand. Place your hands on a tree. This allows the excess, chaotic energy to discharge into the earth, leaving you feeling calm and centered. Take baths with Epsom salts or sea salt, which cleanses your auric field of the psychic debris you've picked up. Eat root vegetables like carrots, beets, and potatoes, foods that grow deep within the earth and carry its grounding vibration. Disconnect from technology and spend time in nature. Nature is the great recalibrator. By managing your energy in this way, you are not dulling your new sensitivities. You are mastering them. You are learning to be a finely tuned spiritual instrument, able to perceive the higher realms without being overwhelmed by the lower ones. As your physical vessel recalibrates to hold these new, powerful 5D frequencies, you create a stable platform to receive even more profound energetic transmissions. This new moon gateway is a divine opportunity to anchor not just clarity and intuition, but also the cosmic frequency of wealth, health, and unconditional love. To consciously attune your upgraded energy system to the frequency of divine abundance, take a moment now and type the number 888 in the comments below. The number 888 is the energetic signature of infinite flow, success, and the perfect balance between the spiritual and material worlds. By typing it, you are programming your field to receive it. Claim your divine inheritance. This leads us to the sixth profound spiritual event, which is the ancestral bridge and past life resonance. As the veil between worlds thins to an unprecedented degree during this new moon, it is not just the veil between you and your spirit guides that becomes permeable. The veil between you and your lineage, your ancestors, and your own past incarnations becomes almost transparent. You will begin to feel the presence and influence of your ancestors in tangible, undeniable ways. This is not a spooky or frightening experience. It is a feeling of profound love, support, and homecoming. You might suddenly be filled with an overwhelming urge to call your grandmother or to look through old family photo albums. You might smell a scent that you strongly associate with a departed loved one, your grandfather's pipe smoke, your mother's favorite perfume, when there is no physical source for it. This is them, stepping close, letting you know they are with you, that they see you, and that they are supporting you through this immense transformation. They have walked this path in their own ways, and they are now forming a council of light around you, offering you their collective strength and wisdom. You may also find yourself inexplicably drawn to learning about your heritage, your family tree, the old countries from which your people came. This is your DNA activating, calling you to remember the ancient wisdom, the resilience, and the magic that flows through your very blood. Simultaneously, you will experience what can only be described as past life resonance. These are not full, cinematic recalls, but rather emotional and cellular echoes from other lives your soul has lived. You might watch a movie set in a specific historical period and find yourself weeping, filled with a deep, personal sense of nostalgia or grief for that time. You might meet a stranger and feel an instant, powerful connection of trust and familiarity, or conversely, an immediate and visceral feeling of distrust and repulsion. With no logical explanation, your soul recognizes their soul from another story, another lifetime. You may discover a sudden, latent talent for something you've never formally learned in this life, a particular language, a musical instrument, a form of art. This is muscle memory from your soul, a skill you perfected in another incarnation, now bleeding through to serve you. The critical mistake during this phase is to dismiss these profound experiences with the cynical logic of the ego. The ego will say the scent is just your imagination. It will say your emotional reaction to the film is just sentimentality. It will say your instant connection with a stranger is just projection. To believe this is to slam the door on the vast, cosmic library of your own soul and the accumulated wisdom of your entire lineage. You are rejecting the very support system the universe has assembled for you. You are choosing to navigate this monumental shift alone, armed only with the limited knowledge of one single lifetime, when you have an army of loving ancestors and the wisdom of 1,000 of your own lives standing by, ready to assist you. The correct action is to engage with reverence and curiosity. When you feel the presence of an ancestor, do not shrink away. Welcome them, light a candle in their honor, speak to them out loud. Say, "Thank you for your guidance. I am open to your wisdom. Please show me what I need to know." When you feel the pull towards your heritage, follow it. Do the research. Ask your elders for stories. You are recovering lost pieces of your own power. When a past life resonance occurs, do not overanalyze it. Simply acknowledge the feeling. Place your hand on your heart and ask, what is the gift or the lesson from this echo that I am meant to integrate now? By honoring these connections, you are weaving together all the disparate threads of your existence into a magnificent tapestry of wholeness. You cease to be a single, isolated individual and become the powerful culmination of a timeless, loving, and wise lineage. You are remembering who you truly are. Now that you have re-established the sacred connection to your lineage, now that you feel the strength of your ancestors and the wisdom of your own soul's vast history coursing through your veins, you become a stable pillar of light. You are no longer a leaf blown about by the winds of chaos. You are a deeply rooted, ancient tree, drawing power from the earth below and receiving light from the cosmos above. This newfound stability is absolutely critical because it is the only thing that can anchor you through the seventh and most disorienting of the 8 spiritual events: the collapse of linear time and the activation of quantum manifestation. Understand this: time, as you have known it, is a construct. It is an artificial scaffolding erected within the third-dimensional matrix to create an illusion of control, of cause and effect, of a slow, predictable progression from past to present to future. This new moon portal is not just thinning the veils between worlds, it is actively dissolving the very framework of linear time for those whose frequency is high enough to perceive it. You are going to feel this in your bones, in your very consciousness. The first symptom is a profound warping of your perception of time. Hours will feel like minutes as you engage in tasks that align with your soul, a state of divine flow where you look up at the clock and are shocked to find that an entire afternoon has vanished. Conversely, minutes will stretch into eternities during moments of intense presence, meditation, or connection with nature, where a single breath can contain a universe of information. The days of the week will begin to blur together, losing their distinct separation, as you begin to operate not by a calendar, but by the cycles of your own energy and intuition. This is not a memory problem. This is a sign that you are unplugging from the artificial clock of the matrix and plugging into the organic, cyclical, and eternal rhythm of the cosmos. You are moving from the metronome to the heartbeat. This acceleration is a symptom of the planetary frequency rising, and as it does, a phenomenal power is unlocked within you. The energetic buffer, the cosmic lag time between your internal reality, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, and its manifestation in your external, physical reality is collapsing. The space between what you ask for and when you receive it is shrinking to almost zero. This is the activation of quantum manifestation. In the old 3D paradigm, manifestation was a slow, arduous process. You would set an intention, visualize, and then wait, hoping your desire would navigate the thick, molasses-like density of the collective consciousness to eventually reach you. During the nights of November 20th and 21 hours, and in the weeks that follow, you will discover that your thoughts are turning into things with a speed that is both exhilarating and terrifying. You will think of a friend you haven't spoken to in a decade, and your phone will ring with their name on the screen moments later. You will have a question about a complex spiritual topic, and the exact right video or article will appear at the top of your feed as if placed there by an invisible hand. You will feel a need for a specific amount of money to cover an unexpected bill, and it will arrive in a completely unforeseen way. A rebate, a forgotten check, a gift from a stranger. The universe is no longer whispering its guidance, it is shouting it. The synchronicities are no longer just winks and nods, they are becoming causal events. You are witnessing, in real time, the direct and immediate power of your own consciousness to shape and bend the fabric of reality. You are stepping into your true nature as a divine creator being. However, this incredible power comes with a profound and urgent warning. This is where the most subtle and dangerous mistake can be made. The universe does not filter your thoughts. The quantum field does not judge. It is an impartial mirror, and it reflects, with breathtaking speed and precision, whatever frequency you are emitting. This means your fears, your anxieties, your limiting beliefs, and your unhealed traumas will also manifest with the same startling velocity. If you are dwelling in a state of lack, worrying constantly about not having enough, you will manifest more bills, more scarcity, more reasons to worry. You will be creating a self-fulfilling prophecy of lack, and it will happen faster than ever before. If you are holding on to a deep fear of betrayal, you will magnetize people and situations that betray your trust, reinforcing your core wound. If you secretly believe you are unworthy of love, you will find yourself pushing away genuine connection or attracting partners who mirror your own sense of unworthiness back to you. This is the great test of this new paradigm. It demands a level of self-awareness and mental discipline that was previously optional, but is now a requirement for a life of peace and joy. You must become the vigilant guardian at the gate of your own mind. You must practice what I call radical energetic responsibility. This means that the moment you catch yourself spiraling into a negative thought pattern, you do not judge it, but you also do not indulge it. You must consciously and deliberately choose a different thought. You must pivot. You must shift your focus from what you fear to what you desire. It means curating your energetic diet as carefully as your physical one. You must unplug from the fear-mongering of the mainstream news. You must unfollow social media accounts that make you feel inadequate or angry. You must lovingly distance yourself from people who insist on dwelling in gossip, complaint, and victimhood. Your mind is now a sacred creation chamber, and you cannot afford to contaminate it with the low-frequency noise of the dying world. The critical mistake is to remain a passive consumer of thoughts and frequencies, to believe you are powerless over your own mind. That is the old programming. The new reality is this: your focus is your superpower. Where your attention goes, energy flows, and where energy flows, reality grows. You are the architect, you are the builder, and your thoughts are the blueprints. Do not draft blueprints for a prison of your own making. If you are ready to step into your sovereign power as a conscious creator, if you are willing to take radical responsibility for your inner world to build a miraculous outer world, then make this declaration of power with me now. Solidify your intention in this powerful collective energy field. In the comments below, type the words, "I am the creator of my reality." Feel the truth of this statement resonate in every cell of your body. This is the ultimate affirmation of your divine power. Let this be your mantra during this powerful new moon portal. And so, after navigating the collapse of time and taking the throne of your own creative power, you arrive at the 8th and final strange spiritual event. This is the crescendo, the grand finale of this cosmic symphony, the ultimate purpose for which all the previous stages have been preparing you. This is the soul mission download and the clarion call. All the purging of the old, all the emotional eruptions, all the sensory upgrades, all the reconnection with your lineage, and all the mastery over your creative mind has been for this one singular purpose: to prepare you, the vessel, to clearly receive and courageously act upon your unique soul mission. This is not a vague feeling or a hopeful wish. The soul mission download is a sudden, electrifying, and unmistakable blast of pure knowing that lands deep within your being. It bypasses the logical mind entirely. One moment you are living your life, and the next you are struck by a bolt of divine clarity, a cellular certainty that tells you exactly why you are here on this planet at this specific, tumultuous time. It might come through in a dream. It might land during a quiet moment in nature. It might be triggered by a line in a book or a conversation with a stranger. However it arrives, it is unmistakable. For some, the mission will be to heal, to become a Reiki master, a therapist, a shaman, a healer of the earth itself through permaculture or environmental activism. For others, it will be to teach, to write the book, to start the YouTube channel, to create the course, to share the wisdom you have so painstakingly acquired. For others, it will be to build to create new systems, new communities, new technologies that are based on principles of cooperation, sustainability, and love, not competition and greed. For still others, it will be to create beauty, to channel the divine through art, music, or poetry that will uplift the human spirit and remind people of their own divinity. The mission is as unique as your own soul's fingerprint, yet they are all interconnected pieces of a grand, divine plan to assist humanity in its collective ascension. This download is the activation of your divine purpose. It is the moment the universe hands you your sacred assignment. It feels both completely new and like something you have known in the core of your being for 1,000 lifetimes. It is not a choice, it is a remembering. Immediately following this profound inner download, the external universe responds with the clarion call. This is the moment the universe begins to assemble your team. You see, you are not meant to carry out this sacred mission alone. You are part of a soul family, a network of other chosen ones who have incarnated at this time with puzzle pieces that perfectly match yours. The clarion call is a powerful magnetic frequency that you begin to emit once your mission is activated. This frequency goes out into the world and begins to draw your soul tribe to you with inexplicable force and perfect divine timing. People will start to show up in your life, seemingly out of nowhere, who are the perfect collaborators, partners, mentors, or students. You will meet someone at a coffee shop and within 5 minutes realize they have the exact technical skill you were just wishing you had. An old friend will reconnect and reveal they have been on a parallel spiritual journey and are now ready to join forces. You will receive an email from a stranger on the other side of the world offering support for your project. The struggle, the pushing, the networking, the trying to make things happen of the old paradigm dissolves. It is replaced by a state of magnetic, effortless attraction and divine orchestration. Your only job is to remain in the clarity of your mission, to hold your frequency, and to trust the divine choreography. You will feel this connection with your soul tribe instantly. There is no awkward small talk. There is a deep, immediate recognition in the eyes. It is a feeling of homecoming, of finally finding your people. These are the souls who speak your language, who see your vision, and who are here to build the new earth alongside you. Now, here lies the final and most heartbreaking mistake a chosen one can make, the last great test of the ego before full liberation. It is the temptation to doubt the download and ignore the call. Just as you receive this magnificent, world-changing mission, the ego, in its final death throes, will rise up with all of its fear-based programming. It will whisper in your ear, "Who are you to do this? You are not qualified. You don't have enough money, enough experience, enough followers. This is too big. You are not ready. You are not good enough." This is the voice of your old self, your limited 3D persona, terrified of its own obsolescence. It is the ultimate test of your faith in yourself and in the divine. To believe this voice of doubt is to commit spiritual suicide. It is to receive a direct, hand-delivered invitation from God and to reply with, "No, thank you. I'd rather stay small and safe." It is to look at the divine purpose you have been preparing for over lifetimes and dismiss it as a delusional fantasy. This is the final sabotage. This is how souls stay trapped in cycles of karma and regret, always wondering, what if? The truth is, every single experience in your life, especially the most painful and challenging ones, has been your qualification. The dark nights of the soul, were your training. The betrayals taught you discernment. The heartbreaks cracked you open to true compassion. The struggles built your resilience. You are not just qualified. You have been specifically forged in the fires of adversity for this exact mission. You are a master, and it is time to remember your mastery. To ignore the clarion call, to dismiss the people the universe is sending you because of fear or skepticism, is to reject the very support system designed to ensure your success. You must trust the resonance. You must trust that feeling of homecoming. You must have the courage to say yes, yes to the mission, yes to the help, yes to the magnificent, divinely orchestrated future that is unfolding before you. This is your moment. This is why you are here. Do not miss it. You have arrived. If you have followed this transmission, if your soul has resonated with the truth of these 8 spiritual events, then you stand now at the threshold of a completely new reality. The past 48 hours were not merely a lunar event. They were a profound spiritual initiation. You have walked through an energetic crucible. You have faced the shadow, purged the poison, rewired your senses, reconnected with the timeless wisdom of your lineage, and stepped into the terrifying and glorious power of a quantum creator. You have received the divine blueprint for your purpose, the very reason your soul chose to incarnate on this planet at this pivotal moment in human history. The new moon portal may be closing, but your personal portal to a 5D reality has been blasted wide open. The great work is not over, it has just begun. The 8 events were the activation sequence. What comes next is the integration. What comes next is learning to live, breathe, and embody this new, ascended version of yourself every single moment of every single day. This is where many of the chosen falter. They receive the miracle, they feel the shift, but they do not know how to anchor it. They treat the experience like a fleeting spiritual high, and within weeks, the gravitational pull of the old 3D matrix, with its habits of fear, doubt, and limitation, sucks them right back in. This is the greatest tragedy of all, to be handed the keys to the kingdom and then willingly walk back into the prison cell. You must not let this happen. The next 90 days are the most critical period of your entire life. This is the sacred integration window where you will solidify these changes and build the foundation for the rest of your earthly existence. What you do now will determine whether this profound awakening becomes your permanent reality or a beautiful, fading memory. The first and most crucial step in this integration is the practice of sacred silence. Your soul mission download is a newborn, infant, a tender, sacred seed of pure potential. The absolute worst thing you can do is to take this fragile, new consciousness and parade it around the dense, cynical, and fear-based energy of the unawakened. Do not seek external validation for your divine purpose. If you run to your friends, your family, or your partner who are still deeply embedded in the 3D matrix, and you announce, "I've had a spiritual awakening, and I'm quitting my job to build a healing sanctuary," you will be met with a tidal wave of fear disguised as logic. They will project all of their own limitations, their own anxieties about money, their own disbelief in magic onto your sacred seed. They will say, "That's not realistic. How will you pay your bills? Are you sure you're not just stressed?" Their low-frequency doubt, born of love but rooted in fear, can create energetic interference patterns that can choke your mission before it even has a chance to sprout. You must protect your download. For a time, you must become a sacred vault. This is not about being deceptive, it is about being wise. It is about honoring the gestation period that all new life requires. Your mission needs to grow roots within you. to become an unshakable conviction in your own heart before you expose it to the harsh weather of external opinion. Speak of it only with those who have already proven they can hold a high vibration, those few souls in your life who speak the language of magic and miracles. For everyone else, the answer is silence and a knowing smile. Let your actions, your newfound peace, your radiant joy, and eventually the undeniable success of your mission be the only announcement you need to make. As you hold your mission in this sacred, silent space, you must learn to navigate your life in a completely new way. You are no longer operating from a mental to-do list. You are operating from divine, intuitive guidance. This is the second step. Following the energetic breadcrumbs, the universe will not hand you a detailed 5-year business plan. That is the way of the ego. The way of the spirit is to provide you with only the very next, single, inspired step. Your test is one of faith. Can you trust that single step without needing to see the entire staircase? Your mission might be to write a book that will awaken millions. The universe will not show you the finished book on a bestseller list. The energetic breadcrumb it gives you today might be a sudden, inexplicable urge to go to a specific, small, second-hand bookstore. You follow the urge. There, a book you've never heard of practically falls off the shelf into your hands. That book contains the one key idea or the perfect emotional tone that unlocks your entire first chapter. That is the breadcrumb. Your mission might be to create a new form of sustainable community. The first breadcrumb might be a recurring dream about a particular piece of land or a random conversation with a stranger who mentions a small town you've never heard of. You follow it. You take a drive to that town. You feel an energy there, a sense of homecoming. That is the next step. This is how the quantum field works. It operates on resonance and synchronicity, not linear planning. The mistake is to wait for the grand plan before you take any action. To say, "I'll start when I have more money," or "I'll begin when I know exactly how to do it." That day will never come. Action is the currency of the universe. By taking the small, inspired action, you are demonstrating your trust. You are sending a powerful signal to the cosmos that says, "I am ready, I am listening, I am moving." And with each step you take, the path will illuminate just far enough ahead for you to take the next one. It is a co-creative dance between your faith and the universe's infinite intelligence. This dance will inevitably lead you to the third crucial step of integration, the conscious co-creation with your soul tribe. As you follow the breadcrumbs, they tarot will not just lead you to places and information, they will lead you to people. The clarion call is still echoing. The universe is still assembling your team. Your job now is to become an impeccable judge of energetic resonance. You must learn to trust the instant knowing in your gut, the feeling that arises within the first few seconds of meeting someone. When you meet a member of your soul tribe, your logical mind will have no reference point for the connection, but your soul will scream with recognition. The conversation will flow effortlessly. You will feel seen, understood, and energized in their presence. There is a feeling of ease, of safety, of shared purpose. These are the people you must invest your precious time and energy in. Conversely, you must learn to honor the feeling of dissonance, of contraction. You will meet people who, on the surface, seem perfect for your mission. They have the right skills, the right connections, the right resume, but something in your body will feel off. You will feel a subtle drain of your energy, a tightness in your solar plexus. Your intuition will be screaming, no, even if you can't logically explain why. You must honor this feeling above all else. This is your internal guidance system, protecting you from karmic entanglements, from energy vampires, from those who would intentionally or unintentionally sabotage your mission. In the New Earth paradigm, a person's frequency is their resume. Their integrity is their greatest asset. Their heart is their business card. You are no longer building a team. You are weaving a tapestry of light, and every thread must vibrate with love, authenticity, and a shared commitment to the highest good of all. If you are committed to this new way of being, to protecting your sacred seed, following the divine breadcrumbs, and aligning with your true soul family, affirm this profound commitment now. This is a vow to your higher self. Type, "My soul is my guide," in the comments below. Let this be your declaration of independence from the old ways of the ego and your pledge of allegiance to the wisdom of your spirit. As you begin to walk this new path, embodying these principles, you must be prepared for the great separation. This can be one of the most painful, yet ultimately liberating, aspects of a true awakening. As your personal vibration continues to rise, you will become energetically incompatible with the people, places, and situations that are still operating at a lower frequency. It is a simple law of physics. Oil and water cannot mix. You cannot hold the frequency of unconditional love while surrounded by gossip and judgment. You cannot vibrate with abundance while your closest friends complain constantly about lack. The universe, in its infinite love for you, will begin to lovingly prune your life. Friendships that have lasted for decades will simply dissolve. Not with a fight, but with a quiet, growing distance. You'll find you have less and less in common. The conversations will feel hollow. The time spent together will leave you feeling drained instead of uplifted. Family members may not understand the new you. They may accuse you of being strange or selfish because you no longer participate in the family dramas or conform to their expectations. You may have to leave a job, a home, or even a city that no longer resonates with the person you are becoming. This is not a punishment, it is a graduation. You are being moved out of the classrooms that have taught you all they can. There will be moments of loneliness. There will be grief for the connections you are losing. Allow yourself to feel it. But understand this, what you are experiencing is not loneliness. It is sacred solitude. It is the universe creating a temporary, quiet space around you so you can hear your own guidance clearly without interference. It is the clearing of the old to make way for the new. And just when the solitude feels most profound, your soul tribe will begin to arrive in earnest, filling those empty spaces with connections so deep, so authentic, and so aligned that they will make your old relationships feel like a distant dream. You must trust this process. You are not being abandoned. You are being rerouted to your destiny. And so we come to the final, ultimate truth of this entire cosmic event. The 8 strange spiritual things that happened were a divine intervention, a cosmic catalyst designed to wake you up from the slumber of the Matrix. But the ultimate responsibility for your ascension rests with you. The final warning is this: do not look back. Do not romanticize the prison after you have been set free. There will be moments of temptation, moments when the challenges of your new path feel overwhelming, and the thought of returning to the familiar, numb comfort of your old life will seem appealing. This is the final test of your resolve. You must remember that you cannot fit your newly expanded consciousness back into the small box of your old identity. The attempt will only bring you suffering. You have seen behind the curtain. You know the truth of your own power. To pretend otherwise is the ultimate betrayal of your soul. The ultimate promise is this: if you stay the course, if you practice this new way of being with courage and consistency, your life will transform into a work of art so beautiful, so magical, and so filled with grace that your old self would not even be able to comprehend it. You will live in a constant state of flow, guided by synchronicity, supported by the universe, and surrounded by a tribe of loving, high-vibration souls. Your work will not feel like work, but like joyful, creative play. Abundance will flow to you effortlessly because you have become a vibrational match for it. Your health will radiate from the inside out. You will know a depth of peace and fulfillment that is not dependent on any external circumstance. You will become a lighthouse, an anchor of the new 5D frequency for this planet. Your very presence will help to awaken others. This is your destiny. This is the prize. It is not something you have to earn. It is something you must simply allow by having the courage to fully and completely become the magnificent, divine being you were always meant to be. The journey ahead will require your full presence and commitment. You are a pioneer of consciousness, a cartographer of the new earth. You do not have to do it alone. If this message has served as your activation, if you have felt the truth of these words in the very core of your being, then your journey with power inside you is just beginning. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. We are your allies, your guides, and your fellow travelers on this extraordinary path. We will continue to provide the updates, the activations, and the spiritual tools you need to navigate the incredible times ahead. This is more than a channel, it is a lifeline for the chosen ones. And to seal this activation, to declare to all the forces of the universe, seen and unseen, that you are ready to claim your destiny, type this final, powerful declaration in the comments below. I accept my mission. Type it with conviction. Feel the surge of power as you do. The universe is listening. Your new life starts now.